to join the cast of Carmen. I never sung a single song before. I don't really care where I stand in the winner's circle. Make room for a man from the middle with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference to me. I don't understand what you're saying, only kinda listen. Make room for a man on a mission with you. I don't even know how I got to the finish, but don't care, don't make no difference.
If you try to shut us down, we'll show you just how we get down. And just to even up the score, we're coming kicking down your door.
Yeah, I never played fair, so tell me why now should we care?
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. As we move into the final weeks of the regular season, here's a look at the teams jockeying for playoff position in the NFC. All these teams will be playing their hearts out, trying to claim the highest seed possible before Wild Card Weekend. It's the Falcons going up against the Saints. With kickoff straight ahead, let's check in with the two men who will be calling tonight's game. So we say hello to Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Larry, thank you. We are down on the bayou as you get a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. Tonight, we polish off Week 10 with a good Monday night matchup between the Atlanta Falcons and the New Orleans Saints. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you look at this Saints team as they enter play. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Falcons, they come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And a glance here at the vet. He's got a lot of years under his belt in the National Football League. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. The headshots here are the offensive unit. And what about Brandon Cooks?
If he's not a 1,000-yard receiver every year he's healthy in the league, I'll be surprised. Came out of college wanting to be a pro, studied all the best receivers in the NFL before he even got to the league.
Second down following the run. Now back to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. Fresh set of downs here.
Chinese wrinkle. Chinese on the wrinkle. Chinese on the wrinkle. Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And here now the defensive starters for Atlanta.
Vic Beasley is a very talented outside linebacker. His number one task, rush the passer. But he has the athletic ability to drop into coverage.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here.
All right, now look at 56. Lucky 56. Now let's go. Please.
Looking to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Falcons grab it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They come out here in the eye. They go play action here on first down. And incomplete to open things up.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice game like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
They'll set up a throw, and he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Partner, how many times have you heard it? Pressure creates diamonds, right? But it also bursts pipes. And on that one, that's what they got. They got after him, and he was fortunate just to get rid of it.
Yeah, he just had to chuck it away. Pulled in at the 24. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Falcons set to get things rolling on defense again here. Last time got that fumble recovery when it looked like they might yield points, so maybe something to build off of.
No doubt about it. And mentally, how about just hanging in there when it looked like they're about to give up something and instead took the ball away? That's a sign of a very mentally strong team. Mentally strong. Can they be mentally strong again? They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And the dreaded face mask penalty, that's going to cost him 15 yards.
And it's such a dangerous play. Body going one way, and then your head gets yanked back the other. 15 yards is the right call.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
And that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
2nd and 5.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. Stop right there. Now let's go.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Any team that runs the toss and runs it successfully, that means they win the battle on the edges. That means you seal the edge in order to let your back get to the corner. They got it done there for a very nice game.
And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Hey,
play fake here on first down. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll be a second down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
He'll drop to throw. That's caught at the 3. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up first and goal.
Some think that teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
A close call here. Did the ball cross the plane? I don't know. From the naked eye, this was tough to tell.
Always difficult when there's such a tangle of bodies around. You're just trying to find the ball and make sure just a portion of it crossed the plane of the goal line.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Well, he... challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player, you threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
From the 3-yard line once more. Now here's 3rd and goal. They'll come up now in the Wildcat package. The play clock's running down. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, but it's going to leave them with a 4th and goal.
Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
Out now is the field goal unit for New Orleans. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. And the Saints are going to take a 3-0 lead. So give them 3 there. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they couldn't punch it in.
And credit this defense, too. That was the old bend but don't break approach. But it kept the offense out of the end zone.
The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
This is a stand-up guy. Had a bad game last week, and his team lost, and he stepped forward and took responsibility. As he goes, so goes his team. They need a big-time performance from him today.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Throwing left side, it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. They come out here in the eye. And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. A nice run there, 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd down.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. Back to throw here. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. Just 1 yard to go here on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs, and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
So it'll be 1st down here after the run. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
I can't help it. I'm just sitting back in admiration right now. This defense tells everyone that plays against them, you're not beating us running the football. That's who we are. That's what we're about. It's not going to happen. If you're going to beat us, you better pick another way.
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
So we played one quarter here on a Monday night. 3-0 is our score. We'll return after this message. You're watching the NFL, and it's right here on EA Sports.
This presentation of the NFL on EA Sports is brought to you by Snickers. You're off your game when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gordon, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number. And they're on the move as they face a second down here. And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. It'll be a gain of 7, and they get it back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, there's an example of patience being rewarded. Ran the ball on first down and got stuffed. Most people would scream, throw the ball here. In this situation, they stayed with their roots, stayed with running the football, and they got rewarded.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. And they'll run it here. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal.
And the tackle's made there by one of the secondary members. And I can guarantee you, having played that spot in the huddle right now or on the field, they're urging for a little bit more support from the guys up front. I actually remember one game where I hopped over a defensive lineman to make a tackle downfield and realized he was 10 yards downfield. That's not good. That's being driven off the line of scrimmage, and you can't have that if you're going to win a game on defense.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And this is incomplete.
Really nice play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball, but for the guys on the offensive line, they're doing a nice job of trying to protect their passer. But when a guy hops in the air and goes airborne to try and knock one away, it's difficult because you can't reach out and grab him. That'll be a holding penalty. So all you're trying to do is make some type of a play on him, make some type of contact to try and get his arms out of the sky.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Not only was that a terrific play, but that loss of yardage they created this close to their own goal line, that gives them a little breathing room now as they move them back.
And they're breathing fire a little bit right now, aren't they?
A lot of confidence being shown by them at this point of the game.
From back at the 2, here's 3rd and goal.
Let's go! 319! 319!
And they'll go on the ground. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Partner, it's decision time now. I know it's still just the second quarter, but you have an opportunity to either kick the field goal or go for it and try and score a big-time touchdown. This is why the head coaches get paid the big bucks.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will tie us at 3-3. So put 3 on the board, but from inside the 5. And I know we use this phrase a lot, but that's a big-time win for the defense.
It sure is. You've got the short field behind you, so you can afford to turn up the pressure. And that was a nice sequence there to keep them out of the end zone.
And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Now here's the Falcons defense getting set to go again. And they did well down near the goal line last time, forcing him to settle for a short field goal.
And in today's day and age, settling for a field goal of that distance is amazing. You can get 3 points now, where it's going to give you only 1 point for the extra point, which would be a little bit longer. But they have to feel fantastic about only giving up 3 in that situation. It could have been so much worse.
Yeah, could have. Now can they carry that over? They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do, and it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put it up on the top shelf where the kids can't get it.
Play action. They'll throw. He's going to wind up and air it out. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Saints have taken the lead. And he showcased his blazing speed on that one.
Was he wearing football cleats or track spikes? Because he was gone. Big-time play, and just think about what that does if you're a receiver on the team with him. Well, that's got to open things up for you as well, because if I'm a defense, I've got to get back deeper and deeper in order to keep him in front. But I'm not sure how many can actually keep him in front with that speed.
Point after here coming up. And it is up. And it's good. That'll make our score 10-3 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one too.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 55 yards on the ground. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
And as we've seen throughout this season, it's no picnic trying to score touchdowns against this unit. They're ranked number 1 against the run. But it's also difficult because it's not easy to throw the ball against them either.
They'll go with the ground attack here. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Brandon, there's no doubt the defense has to be excited after stacking up back-to-back running plays. But I still remember my old coaches saying, after you've had some success, you better be careful. They might have an answer for you. So make sure you watch your keys, play your techniques, and don't get overconfident.
And this offensive unit, they have to face a third down and 12 now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands. And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So the drive stalls out, but they are able to put 3 points on the board.
Yeah, just a yard or two shorter than an extra point. So no problems converting there.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This fielded at the 2. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now, he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. They go play action here on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.
As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Time running out here on the play clock. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Brandon Cooks, 76 yards. And the Saints are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
It's good, and now it's an 11-point lead, 17-6. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And with a new rule, that decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he only gets to the 20. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. And on the ground they go with a running back. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Partner, you know I love to point out when teams break tendency and do something a little bit different from the norm. But when you run the ball in the first play of the drive, that's not a tendency breaker at all. That's just trying to establish yourself as you move forward.
To throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
So 2nd and medium, 2nd and 5 now. They'll set up a throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. He'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh.
Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. And the defense will try and pin their ears back and get pressure again here after the sack. It's 3rd down. Let's go! From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We're back to New Orleans after this. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first. And the offense moving quickly to the line. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
Holding offense.
He'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. The Saints with an extra defensive back here on third on the field.
Could they blitz?
They'll set up to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. The defense, they got a little Bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. So now the field goal unit trots out there for the third time tonight. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right through. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. And that field goal caps an 11-play drive.
That's a lot of offense to run to only get 3 points, but they'll take them. Anytime you can put anything on the board, you run to your sideline somewhat happy.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This fielded at the 2. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick hitter here, it's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Now they try the right side here. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Call it a gain of 3. And that'll bring up second down. And quickly, they get to the line. On play action, they'll throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
Now, he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Defense looking to hold serve one last time here on 3rd and 7.
Let's go! Blue 90! Blue 90!
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
And when all else fails as a defender, when you're not there in the coverage, your best friend is exactly what we saw there. A big play shot taken by the offense. Unfortunately, it ended in a big drop.
And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay.
Delay of game, offense. Still 4th down.
Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And good hustle here as this is going to be blown dead right at the 9-yard line. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando, where we'll check in with Larry Ridley. He's got our EA Sports halftime report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to our EA halftime report. I'm Larry Ridley. The Saints want to continue to give their fans something to cheer about in the second half. The Falcons haven't played horribly, but will need to improve if they want to win this one. All right, let's get straight to it. Here's some highlights from the first half. Now, early in the second quarter, the pass will be completed into coverage, and this great play will go for 6. That puts them up by a touchdown. Saints with the ball midway through the second. The catch in traffic made by the little motor scooter, Brandon Cooks. And this goes 77 yards for the score. Saints go up by 11. Falcons have it on 2nd and 5. So they're going to come away with another sack. This ends up as a loss of 9. So that'll do it from here in Orlando. For the second half kickoff, let's get back to New Orleans and Brandon Gott.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. And he's taken down here by the Saints. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there, no gain, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 15.
And that's one of the few times they've been able to contain him. He's had a heck of a game, and maybe he's getting a little bit tired from how many times he's carried the ball. But I always think back to what all those old coaches say. The ball's not that heavy. Keep carrying it, kid.
Third down, 15 yards still needed. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be down deep into New Orleans territory. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 63 yards.
Coaches really don't care from what position they get this, but run after the catch ability, rack ability, is often the difference between winning and losing and changing field position.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him right up the gut. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Call it a loss of 4 there on the sack. And speaking of the number 4, it brings up 4th down now. Well, they only had a yard to go. They try to pass the football. Defense blitz. Defense got there.
Yeah, I think on this one, this is probably good scouting, understanding a few tendencies, and figuring out that, hey, they may take a shot, and they dialed up the pressure and got to him.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. And his kick is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. Well, it can be a thankless job sometimes, but they'll be thanking their kicker here. That's now 4 field goals for him. He's kept them in the game.
He sure has, but this offense is going to need to find its rhythm because it's going to take more than field goals to win this football game.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90. Over.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he slings one that's incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, 3rd quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
2nd down now after the incompletion. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Third down now following the completed pass.
14 moving. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at the 15. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Falcon football as they take possession. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Give them 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
All right, here we go. Blue landing. Blue landing.
They'll look to throw here. Backing up. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. Incomplete pass on 2nd down. Let's see what the offense draws up here on 3rd.
All right, here we go.
Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. The Falcons send out their punter. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. They'll get 19 yards there. And it'll be first down, Saints.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big routes, so difficult to cover.
So here we go, 1st and 10 now.
All right, here we go.
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play.
Tight end right. Tight end right. Hey, boys, got 4. 4 down. Now let's go. Blue landing.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get bowled over by offensive linemen. They have excellent hands. They can throw people off on a play. We just saw a great example of a really good run stop by a guy playing the defensive tackle position.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Cooks. And he will have the 1st down as he gets this to the 47. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
They come up in an offset eye.
Green, 39. Green, 39. No. Check, Patrick. Detroit.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he picks up about 6 as he gets this down to the 41.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
2nd down following the run. They'll come out in the pistol. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
And here comes play number 6 on this drive. They go play action here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he carries this one all the way down to the 9. A really nice gain of 25 yards. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the fourth. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive.
Let's go! Green! Let's go! 50
Back to throw here. Incomplete.
I think that's a big-time play there because the slant route is really hard to cover because the timing is so quick. But able to see it, diagnose it, and get to the football, that's why he was able to bat it away.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here.
Here we go now. Blue, Lightning. Blue, Detroit. Detroit. No. Jack, Patriot. Here we go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints add on to their lead.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Now the ball comes loose. Does the big boy have the juice? And he's into the end zone. A fumble return and a Saint touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And that one makes this a 19-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Atlanta now coming out on the field. shift together here from the D-line.
No, Jack Patrick!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. 12 yards on the pickup, and that leads to an Atlanta first down.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Three down. That's in there, Barney. Go. Get loud.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him 18 on that one. And the Falcons are going to get a first.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 14 there, and it'll be first down Atlanta.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain, and it's 2nd down. Ten yards still left on 2nd down.
Here we go. Green 39.
They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A 6-yard pickup on the ground that time, and that'll make it 3rd and 4 coming up. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. If you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
And his kick here is good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. 4-yard line. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Here we go. 1, 9.
And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Give him 22 on that one. And the Saints are going to get a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Well, the strategy was evident there. Get it to your tight end and make it a one-on-one play with a cornerback. Who's usually going to win that one?
The tight end, but not there.
Not in this situation. How about the corner defeating that logic and making a really nice tackle?
And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first.
Here we go now. 3-19. 3-19.
He'll set up a throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. They come out here in the eye.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Leopard. Leopard. Hot.
And he'll give it here to his running back. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, he didn't make headway on that one, but he's had plenty of carries all night long. I just wonder if maybe he's a little bit tired from toting the rock that much.
And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on third. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. And he's certainly not a guy that drops that football very often.
Indeed, because that's a bit of a surprise. I know he's in the middle of some traffic and people, bodies all around him, but he usually has the focus to haul that one in.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Let's go! Blue Lightning! Blue Lightning!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Quick throw that's complete on the inside slant. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. He'll look to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And they're going to speed things up here. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. So a second down incompletion now brings up third down. Now the defense definitely showing blitz here. On third and short, they'll try and pick it up. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A great read, and it's picked off. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Now that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for Once we were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. They'll come out, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. A near turnover, but the offense recovers it. Now they'll try to regroup on second. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, still in search of the first down after that last completion. A nickelback added defensively as they look to stop this 3rd and 8. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Finding time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game. That they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance to make a big play. That's going to hurt.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And this will be taken at the 13. A good return there, call it 13 yards. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And these numbers showing up on the screen, that's why he's their star. They kept him down for a little bit, couldn't keep him down for a full 4 quarters.
But what they were hoping for was a half of the game. And if they could have shut it down at the half, they had done their job. But as you mentioned, a full 4 quarters, and the best, they always feel like they're 1 run away from changing the momentum or breaking something big, and we're starting to see that here in the second half.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, and what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They'll give it to him right up the gut. And he is going to be stopped here at the line of scrimmage. And time is going to expire in this football game. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click, And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Saints, they're setting themselves up as a major contender as they move to 8-1 now on the year. And they'll have another home date next week as the Carolina Panthers come to town. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia. So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners here as we say so long from New Orleans.
Turn up. I'm breaking in. I'm at the pearly gates, but they won't let it in. I told the devil, I said, I ain't trying to sin. Yeah. No, I ain't trying to sin.